Hello from Brussels. This week we're going to analyse 3 key EU developments and assess how they impact trade, transport and tourism. Plus we're going to look at a development in London which gives us a very good clue as to what happens next after lockdown. Welcome to Mark's Week. So those Brexit negotiations first, well essentially it boils down to this. What degree of regulatory alignment, the level playing field, is the UK prepared to accept for a comprehensive trade deal? And I think the only way to end this impasse now is for businesses both sides of the Channel, both sides of the Irish Sea, to engage in the process to try and broker a compromise. Otherwise, there's a real risk now there'll be a very suboptimal deal, a best or worst deal, no deal at all. Secondly, we want to turn to the EU actions to coordinate the exit plan, and there are meetings this week of tourism ministers, transport ministers and also the European Parliament, and it looks like they're looking for new and innovative ideas, and it's essential businesses engage in that process and give the politicians the ideas that they need to try and open up the economy, resume travel, transport and tourism on a safe and sustainable basis. We're also going to be engaging as UCTI next week in a major event on Monday organised by the European Commission President. Let's listen to what she has to say.
The response to this pandemic can only be global. We need cooperation between governments across the world, scientists, civil society, business, citizens. And this is why we are organising a global online pledging conference on the 4th of May.
An event I'm sure we're all going to be supporting on Monday. Let's now turn to that third major EU development, the revision to the Commission's work programme in light of the COVID-19 crisis. Well, it looks like the Commission are taking on board the advice of Benjamin Franklin, who said that you can delay, but time will not wait, because most of the measures for transport, tourism and the environment are very much on track. And although there are some delays with a few measures, in most cases just a few months. We'll know more in a few days when that new work programme is published. If I may now turn to London, where the architect of that model that forced Boris Johnson to abandon herd immunity, Professor Neil Ferguson, has now been outlining what he thinks we need to do next. He's saying that the lockdowns have been effective, but they're not sustainable. We now need to move on to social distancing, not just as a short-term measure, but for the medium and long term, until we find a vaccine. Let's listen to Professor Neil Ferguson.
There will have to be, until we have a vaccine, there will have to be a degree of social distancing in place if we don't expect to see second waves of transmission.
Professor Neil Ferguson, and he'll be sharing his new model with the UK government in the next few days. In conclusion, I just want to say this, that I've never accepted that the devil has all the best tunes, but nor do I believe that politicians necessarily have all the answers. So if you have ideas, innovative ideas, as to how we can exit this stage of the COVID-19 crisis in a safe and sustainable way, then do share them with the member states and do share them with the European Union institutions. I hope you like, I hope you share, I hope you tell me what you think, but above all, stay safe.